lovers, it is GSwiz here, and I am here today with a March monthly unboxing. So March 2024 was the only month I just so happened to renew both Fairyloot boxes and both Illumicrate boxes, that being Illumicrate and Afterlight. I was gonna say it was the only month I wanted to renew every single one of the boxes, but I was actually meant to skip this monthly Afterlight because I wanted to save some money, but I'm not complaining because the book does sound interesting. Sadly, I do intend on skipping the next 3 months of Illumicrate and Afterlight boxes, and that's not because I'm not interested in the books, they're just not anticipated releases, and I really do need to budget because I just subscribed to the Fairyloot Romantasy service and things have just been financially chaotic on my end. So unfortunately, please don't expect me to unbox more Illumicrate and Afterlight stuff unless of course it's a special edition unboxing. I'm so excited for some of the special editions I am going to be receiving from Illumicrate and Afterlight sometime later down the line, and I've also pre-filmed some videos as I'm speaking right now that I cannot wait to release because Illumicrate and Afterlight do amazing special editions. I'm hoping that if I am in a better financial place, like if I've got some money to spare, that the book picks of the month for future months will pop up in their store and I can purchase them kind of like I did with the Gedsavanh and also with the Olivia Dade books as well. I love it when they do a restock when I'm actually ready to spend my money on them. But in the month of March, I just so happen to throw my money everywhere. So I'm gonna be unboxing every monthly box I received in March. Actually, that's not including some of the other subscriptions that I subscribe to, like Fabled and the Bookish Box and the Arcane Society, even though I don't think Arcane Society did a monthly box. I know, it's chaotic. But here is another side tangent. Sometimes with the Arcane Society and the Bookish Box, I have no self-control. I need to unbox them immediately off camera. Hopefully, I will be able to feature them in a future video. I just have no self-control when it comes to those. But for these ones, I have a little bit more self-control, and I think it's because I kind of know what to expect with traditionally published books. Anyway, this intro has been long enough. I'm gonna go into this unboxing, but I'm actually gonna be starting off with Fairyloot and then moving on to Afterlight and Illumicrate. The reason why I'm gonna be starting off with Fairyloot YA is because I've been spoiled for what the book looks like, and I'm not happy with it. And usually I like to save the best to last, and I, for some reason, suspect that Illumicrate's book is gonna be the best. So I'm saving the best to last. And I'm gonna start off with this bad boy here. I don't wanna be too negative. So here we've got some beauties I can see. This is a book sleeve. Yes, it's a book sleeve. Okay, I love book sleeves, so this is making me happy. Ooh. That's very pretty. That is gorgeous. I love the patterns. I love the design. And on this side of the book sleeve, it says Vengeance Never Dies by Hafsafizal. Oh yeah, A Tempest of Tea. Okay, so it was inspired by A Tempest of Tea. I really wish the book had this design instead of the design we got, but that's just a side tangent. This is gorgeous. I want this as a poster. I want this as an alternative dust jacket, but you know what? Maybe I might just keep the book in this book sleeve. I don't know. Right now, I'm just a little bit bitter that I didn't jump onto the opportunity to purchase the Waterstones exclusive edition because this book was a suspected Fairyloot special edition. I have very similar opinions about this specific special edition that I do with the Swordcatcher special edition I received from Fairyloot. But honestly, I need to stop making this entire unboxing about that. This is probably one of the best items I've received from Fairyloot within the last few months. I cannot stop looking at it. I also love how cushiony it is as well. It's like a waterproof fabric. Sometimes the fabric within a book sleeve is like a faux fur type of fabric, but this one is waterproof, and yeah, I think that this is definitely going to keep my books protected. And I also appreciate that it has a pocket as well. I've recently realized that these also come in handy when I do have a signing book, and the pocket comes in handy when I have Sharpies to go with that signing book. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking this around in the future. The next item I see in this box seems to be a soap dish inspired by Raybearer. Wow, taking me back. I read Raybearer, I think 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed that series. Yeah, I was very impressed by it. I kind of wish that this was some sort of plate I could put, I don't know, cookies on, but I'm actually still very pleased with this item. I do like the patterns there, and then we've got some patterns along the edges as well. I don't know where I'm gonna put this, honestly. I'll see if I've got space on the side of my bathtub, but this is very nice. I do know for certain that our sink is very small, so I don't know if this will fit there. But who knows? Maybe once we move out of this apartment, this will come to good use. And the next item I see in this box, I've just gotta remove that. Oh my goodness. I love tins. I really love tins. Oh, this is very beautiful. Is this inspired by Once Upon a Broken Heart? It is. Stephanie Garber's name is on the tin. And it says, never fall in love with a fate. Thanks for the advice, Stephanie. And I'm guessing this is like some sort of tea tin. It's a little bit difficult to twist off. Ooh, I love this. I did not realize it was gonna come with this little internal cap that says Little Fox. I'm just gonna take my lighting down so you can see that. That is awesome. I gotta store some tea. I got a bunch of loose leaf tea that are still in paper T2 cubes and we've been sealing them with elastic bands, so this is gonna come in handy for sure. And I see the spoilery card in here. This might come in handy at some point. The next thing I see is this bag right here. Oh, it's like those little charms that you put on your Crocs. I don't know where else to put these. Okay, so I kind of wish that these were enamel pins. Let me show you guys why. It's got like one of these things. They're kind of these button things that you press into holes. I believe these are called shoe charms, and I believe that these characters might be from Legends and Lattes. I could be wrong, but let me double check the spoilery card. Yes, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. And then the other charms that we have are, ooh, cinnamon rolls. I love myself some cinnamon rolls. And then the third charm we have is a cup of coffee. Oh, I love that. I don't know where to put these. I did see once that there was a backpack that had the holes that Crocs usually have, and you could decorate your backpack with these, but I only saw that at a mall kiosk once. So I don't know if there's any other item I could attach these to. I really like these. I really want to keep these around. I kind of wish that they were enamel pins, but that is okay. These are definitely going to be kept around somewhere, and hopefully I will get to use them someday, but if not, I will keep them as a keepsake. And then I see another item in this box that is in this little satchel here. I think this might be a replica. I don't know, or it could be some sort of metal straw. Ooh, it's a replica. Oh yes, okay, we've got a sword, and this sword looks really cool. So this, I believe, is a letter opener. I mean, it's not super sharp. Let's look at the spoiler card to see what this was inspired by. Letter opener, are you ready to go on an adventure? This amazing letter opener is a mini replica of Sting from The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. It has been probably 10 years since I've read that book. Maybe around 8. I mean, this is really cool. I did enjoy The Hobbit while I read it. I don't really remember much about Sting, honestly. I haven't even watched the movies, but I'm happy to have this because I do love myself a good letter opener. I do use them. Actually, I use them half the time, and when I'm not using the letter openers, I'm using my nails, like when they're super sharp. But when my nails are starting to get blunt, these come in handy. Before we get to the book, I believe we have the tarot cards of the month. Here we have the King of Moons, and then here we have the Queen of Moons. And these look absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to figure out who they are. This month's tarot set features Layla as the Queen of Moons card and Severon as the King of Moons card. These characters are from The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. That series started off on a high, and it disappointed me. Let's just say that. I loved Layla. I couldn't stand Severon. I'm just gonna say that. And there were also characters in the series that I thought, you know, they're okay. But yeah, no, the series just didn't do it for me. I was just kind of upset with the lack of closure at the end of the series, you know? It just felt like we waited for something, and when we finally got the finale, it just happened to be disappointing. I don't know. I loved the first book. The last two books were just not my thing. And finally, we come to the book pick of the month. And the March Fairyloot Young Adult book pick of the month is A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. And I don't hate this cover, but it is such a glow down from the original cover. The original cover, yes, it had character art, but I didn't just love it because it had character art. I loved what they did with that character art. I love the details that the illustrator put into that cover. It was stunning. Absolutely beautiful. This illustration right here seems to be a discreet cover for a book series that does not need a discreet cover. I've mentioned this previously on my channel. When it comes to young adult books, I don't necessarily expect book boxes to come up with some sort of discreet cover if the original cover has some fan art illustration. And I was honestly hoping that Fairyloot would consider having appropriate illustrations done or customizations done for the target market that the book is going out to. So the reason why I got upset about Swordcatcher was because that was an adult book with character art on it, when the original book cover had a bit more of a fantasy vibe to it without character art. This right here is the opposite. A Tempest of Tea is a young adult book that had character art on it initially. And here right now, we have a discreet cover, which would work perfectly for an adult novel. But this is not an adult novel, this is a young adult novel. I'm just getting tired of Fairyloot doing monthly book boxes for different audiences, only to provide customizations that don't suit that specific target audience. That is where I struggle with this cover. I don't hate it, but I see it as a glow down. I am so upset that I did not get the Waterstones exclusive edition, because this cover definitely feels like an adult discreet cover, when this book did not need a discreet cover, and it did not need a complete change. Like, a colorway change would have been totally fine. I personally love and absolutely adore when book boxes, popular book boxes, do a colorway change to a cover that does not need to be fixed. The cover for A Tempest of Tea did not need to be fixed, and that is just my personal opinion, and that is why I did not want to save this book till last. I personally don't mind these pages. I think that they're awesome, and these pages definitely don't sway my opinion. Out of some of the page designs that I've seen from Fairyloot over the last year, I'd say that these are some of the better pages, and I do appreciate the character art. Once again though, I just really wish that the character art was on the front cover, and I do wish that the illustration we got for that book sleeve was the front cover. Like, that would have just been so pretty. And then here we've got the naked hardback, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I like the foiling. I think that it's cool, but I just honestly think that this special edition was a missed opportunity. Not everyone is going to dislike this edition, but I just personally see it as a glow down. Now that that is out of the way, let us move on to our adult Fairyloot box for the month. And I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm not going to experience the same disappointment with this book. And the adult book pick of the month theme is Swan Lake. I was trying to work out whether I was wanting to renew my adult Fairyloot for the month, but then I saw the cover and I was like, oh my goodness, that looks nice. And I'm really hoping that Fairyloot would do a colorway change to that cover, but I really loved the colorway for that book anyway. So I felt a little bit conflicted. I'm a little nervous about where this might take me, because sometimes I decide to renew my subscription based on the fact that I love the cover, but we all know what that led to with the last book that I unboxed. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be a similar experience. I'm just gonna open, ooh, okay, oh, this is the preview I'm getting. That's beautiful. The Fairyloot adult book pick of the month is A Feather So Black by Lyra Celine. Okay, so this was a cover change, but it's a very beautiful cover change. Wow. I don't know anything about this book except for the fact that it could be related to Swan Lake based on the theme card, but I'm excited for it. This is giving me fairy tale vibes. Wow. Those are going to be some of my favorite edges I've seen in a while. Okay, Fairyloot did make me smile with this one. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Oh, I need to show you this beautiful in-page art. Ooh, this edition is a gift that keeps on giving. So first of all, let me show you the reverse dust jacket. The reverse dust jacket is the same cover as the original, but with a colorway change, which was actually what I wanted initially. But honestly, as much as I love this, I also love this. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a switcheroo anytime soon. It's so difficult. This is beautiful. Yeah, wow, they got the colorway right with this one. This makes me even more sad for A Tempest of Tea, because Fairyloot, I know you have the potential. I would have appreciated at least a colorway change for the original cover there, because this right here is beautiful. And on this naked hardback, we've got some very beautiful foiling. We've also got a very beautiful spine, and then we also have some foiling that's continuing here. This is definitely one of the most impressive Fairyloot books I've received in a while. I feel as if I'm always 50-50 with Fairyloot. I'm very excited to receive the romantasy picks, but I'm really hoping that they don't disappoint with the romantasy books, because as much as I'm really excited for those books to turn up in a monthly subscription, I do not want to be let down by the customizations like I have been recently with some. Now, I personally feel as if every second month I'm loving the young adult customizations so much, and then every second month I'm loving the adult customizations even more. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna get with a Fairyloot book. It is honestly a gamble. But this right here was worth the gamble. I was considering skipping this book because I heard nothing about it, but I wanted to see what Fairyloot was gonna do to customize it. I was really hoping that they would do a colorway change for the original cover, and that's what they did, but they also added this. They added oomph. Definitely one of the most beautiful books I've received this year. And yeah, I'm already considering putting this on my favorite special editions list for the year so far. And after that hit of serotonin, we're gonna move on to my Afterlife. This book initially I wasn't planning to get, but I'm excited to see how Afterlight customized it. So the theme of the month is To the Moon and Back. I think that this is a very cool theme. And before I get to the book, is there anything extra on top? Yep, okay. We've got an art print with the two main characters, and behind this art print we also have a letter from the author. And I do personally love these author letters with some character art. I do like getting to visualize the characters I read about, so this is cool. And the Afterlight book pick of the month is The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. I've never heard of this author before. I've never heard of this book before. I mean, the only time I've heard of this book was when a BookBox sleuth guessed that this was going to be a monthly book pick, I think based on the emoji hints that Afterlight gave out. And yeah, I was like, well, I've never heard of this, so I might skip. And I didn't skip, but I'm hoping that based on the fact that I did not skip this monthly Afterlight, that I might have just found a surprise new favorite. This edition looks absolutely cute. I am loving this purple and pink colorway so much. I love this cover, and I'm actually really happy to have the opportunity to own this because it just looks so adorable. I'm just hoping that I read it and absolutely love it. And check this out. On these edges, we've got a rocket ship and we've got the night sky. That just looks really cool. I just love the pink and purple colors of the night, you know, when the sun is going down. Oh, we've got some very cute end page art. I don't know if that's the same end page spread on the other side. Let's see. No, we've got some different end page art on this side, which is really cool. Once again, I do like that visual. And then on this naked hardback, we've got some foiling and we've got some little space themed icons. And I honestly don't know much about this book at all, but I am appreciating the space theme and I'm so excited to add this to my romance shelf. I'm really hoping I like this book. I really hope that it blows me away and absolutely surprises me. And let's just say that it is a much better surprise of a special edition than the first one that I unboxed. So, I mean, that's a plus as well. I'm really hoping that I discover a new favorite author in Etta Easton. I do have my go-to romance authors, but I am just wanting to find more go-to romance authors. So maybe Etta Easton might just be one of them. We will see. And last but certainly not the least, I am going to unbox my monthly Illumicrate. I am covering the labels because someone decided to put a label at the top of the box, and I'm not okay with that. I am so excited for this special edition because I initially saw the original cover and I found out that it was going to be a colorway change, and I just knew that this book needed to be in my possession so badly. Yeah, I just fell in love with how beautiful the front cover was, and I really needed to have it. I just knew that Illumicrate was not going to let me down, because as much as I do feel as if Illumicrate do not always cater to my specific book taste within their monthly boxes, I mean, sometimes they do. But majority of the time, their customizations are to die for. Like, even though I'm struggling to rely on BookBox customizations, I'd have to say around 85% of the time, I'm usually preferring the way that an Illumicrate book looks. And that's just me. But yeah, enough talking. Let's unbox this bad boy. Oh my goodness. It looks so pretty. Ah, I just poked my eye. It looks so pretty. I'm not too sure if you guys can see this, but oh, it looks so pretty. Okay, the book pick of the month for Illumicrate is Fathom Folk. The original cover, I'm head over heels for, and even though I was really excited to receive this in my monthly book box, I was worried about the colorway change. I was thinking, how could it be better than the original? And I've got to say this, I don't know if it's better than the original, but it's on the same level as the original for me, and I don't mind that. I actually really appreciate these blue hues and these red and orange hues, and just, oh my goodness, that looks like a beautiful sunset, but just like everywhere. Oh my goodness. Wow. So yeah, I guess you can say this is definitely somewhat of a cover buy, because even though this book does sound very interesting to me, I knew nothing about this book. I didn't even know that this book existed before I saw another BookBox Sherlock / sleuth say that this was going to be an Illumicrate monthly book pick. I was like, oh my goodness, if that is the case, I need to see what their edition looks like. And they really did not disappoint with this. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel a little bit underwhelmed by the edges. The edges still look very pretty, but it's just giving the Fairyloot cover continuation on the pages. You know, I usually expect this from Fairyloot. I'm getting it from Illumicrate this time, and it doesn't look terrible, but I just kind of wish we got seahorses instead on these edges. Could you imagine a seahorse, seeing another seahorse on these edges and making it work? It's been a while since I've rewatched Into the Spider-Verse, but that quote sticks with me. Oh, I love this. Okay, let me show you. Oh, That naked hardback. Okay, before I show you the naked hardback, let me show you this end page art. That is glorious. I love that so much. I am so excited to read a sea-themed book. I have not read many sea-themed books. I mean, recently I did read The Kraken Sacrifice by Katie Robert. Absolutely adored it. But yeah, no, I need to read more sea-themed fiction. And it looks like the end page art is the same on the other side. Do we have an author signature? Yes, we do. We have an author signature and a stamp, which is awesome. And then, guys, brace yourselves. I'm gonna show you the naked hardback. Wow. Okay, let me show you the spread. That is spectacular. And confirming there's no reverse dust jacket art, but why would you need reverse dust jacket art when this is the dust jacket? This is stunning. Absolutely magnificent. This is a very beautiful book cover. It's definitely one of the best book covers of 2024 in my personal opinion. But this right here is definitely one of the best special editions of 2024. This sits alongside A Feather So Black. A Feather So Black is very pretty, and I'd have to say it would be my favorite if this one did not show up in this unboxing. I am so excited to read about mermaids or sirens. And the pitch on the dust jacket flap says that this debut fantasy inspired by East Asian mythology and ocean folk tales is perfect for fans of Jade City, The Bone Shard Daughter, and House of Earth and Blood. That is making me so excited. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. I'm so pumped for this book. I really am. Illumicrate, you did an excellent job with this special edition. I was counting on you. You didn't fail. Thank you. It's definitely one of the most beautiful editions I've seen in a while. I'm really happy I renewed this month. Overall, I think that this was a very satisfactory unboxing, even though I personally do not like the Fairyloot edition of A Tempest of Tea. I see it, unfortunately, as a wasted opportunity. I still do appreciate the items that I received this month, and I actually think that the Fairyloot monthly box was definitely one of the best in terms of items, but overall, I definitely did receive some of the best special editions within this specific unboxing video, and for that, I am content. So I guess it's gonna be it for this video today, book lovers. If you happen to stay to the end of the video, leave me the blue heart emoji. And if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Join the amazing community of book lovers. And also, I have social media. I'm at gswizzelbooks on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also Goodreads. That's www.goodreads.com/gswizzle. And finally, I'm at TikTok. I'm at gswizzle on TikTok if you want to follow me there for some bookish content. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.
How did I weigh half and I flipped it in a double? Started out with half and I flipped it in a double.